Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got our videos today from JedediahBilaOfficial.
I'm sorry, the hottest girl that you've literally ever spoken to, and you just conveniently forgot that you made plans with? Relax.
There is nothing more
The hottest girl I've ever spoken to. Right.
unattractive than a woman telling everyone how hot she is.
Unfortunately, my body doesn't know the difference between being held at gunpoint and being asked, "What are you looking for here?" I got asked that today over text, and you would have thought that I had been sentenced to life in prison.
How about you just tell the truth, honey, and let the chips fall where they may?
Give an ugly guy a chance one time, and then he gets cocky and thinks that he can do better than you.
Sounds like she went out with a guy that she liked and got burned.
The guy who has treated me the most like out of all the guys that I've dated was an ugly.
I have a question for you, honey. If he was so ugly to you, why did you put up with him? What's bothersome to me about this now? Hello, everyone. Who's feeling good today? Me. You know, when you're in the class, the teacher asks a question, you're like, ooh, I was not that kid. Was super shy. You're like, no way, yes, was super shy. All right, enough about me. Let's dig in. Cool clips today. Who's feeling feisty? Ooh, oh yeah, let's do it.
I had a man make like a real date and a real plan with me, which is like my number one for giving anyone a chance. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll actually give this man a shot. And then he just I honestly don't know what happened, but I never heard from him. Never heard from him at all. And you're kidding. You're kidding. No, because I have never forgotten about something that I cared about. So I'm not starting off anything with you. Just, I'm sorry, the hottest girl that you've literally ever spoken to, and you just conveniently forgot that you made plans with. Relax. I'm making a magnesium and I'm going to sleep, and I had a great night with my friends anyways. Thank God I could just text my friends and be like, hey, I thought I had plans. I guess I don't have plans anymore. What are you doing?
So your friends are lonely and single too.
That's all.
You know, this trend of them now like doing things while the video, like putting the makeup on or like taking the magnesium, isn't it like the strangest thing?
It really is. I have a lot of comments in my comment section talking about why do they always gotta put makeup on? Just make a video.
We live in such a strange world where everyone feels like they have to chronicle every single thing they're doing all the time. Isn't it like the wildest, craziest thing? If you were alive for a minute, which I have been, there was a time when you just kind of existed and you didn't alert the entire world to every step of the day of your entire life. And when I see this stuff, I'm like, oh, I don't really give a lick. I don't need to know that you're taking your magnesium. It's just such a weird thing. Really just like, ooh, just a side note there. Okay, listen. First of all, the cursing that's just thrown in constantly is kind of a turnoff, right? Let's just say it. And I'm Italian. I'm Italian from New York, so I curse with love, right? But not like
with love
thrown in to be like I'm the. It's just something about the way she does it. It seems almost like inauthentic and gross. I'm just saying.
It's true. A lot of women do curse in a inauthentic way just to make them seem like they're some kind of boss babe or something.
Okay. So she never heard from this guy. She's twisted as all hell. She can't figure out why because she thinks she's the hottest thing that ever walked. Again, there is nothing more unattractive than a woman telling everyone how hot she is. Now,
True.
Is she an attractive woman? Yes. Can we all acknowledge that? Yes. Does she get less attractive the more she tells you how hot she is? Yes. Why do they do this? What has happened in women's heads? There used to be so many more humble women that were attractive but didn't announce it and didn't like, oh, I'm so freaking hot, I'm the hottest thing that you ever got to talk to. Like you just keep knocking yourself down a peg and a peg and a peg and a peg to the point where you're like, I don't know, like mid, I don't know, even worse. It's just so bad. It's so insufferable. Girls, listen, if you're attractive, the thing that makes you the most attractive in the world is not knowing it, not announcing it, not telling everyone all the time that you're like the hottest thing ever. So what is her attitude like? She's trying to figure out why this guy's not reaching out to her. Did you, honey, I'm just asking, did you have this attitude on the date? You're fully yourself beyond recognition. You're belligerent. You're a little vulgar. You're entitled. I'm the shit. Maybe that's why. Did he get like an ounce of any of that vibe from you and then say, oh, I'd rather like, slit my own wrists? I mean, honestly, like what is appealing about this? Holy heaven. All right. Number 2 is the same girl. Gets better. Let's hit it.
Perfect. Move right along. Have you ever dated an insecure person before? Because that is actual hell, because they put all of their own issues onto you, into your relationship. So if a man wants that, he can go ahead and find.
We're not trying to say you have to be insecure, but you don't have to be arrogant either, right? You can be confident.
There are so many insecure women on the planet. I am not one of them. And if me,
you should be, girl, you average.
Enjoying myself and the work that I have put into myself, both personally and physically, then that's fine. He can later. Like, are people insane? You're literally supposed to like yourself. Like, I'm sorry, that is a wild, like, unachievable thing for some people, but I will never apologize for liking myself when that is literally one of the hardest things to do as a human being, especially in a society like this.
So somebody writes to her and says, really, honestly, could have been in a good-natured way. Like, hey, listen, honey, you're wondering why he didn't respond to you. Maybe the arrogance is a turnoff. And she is so horrified. Why is she horrified? Because there's no self-awareness in her game. Because she's unable to look at herself as the reason why maybe that guy didn't reach out to her. Like, what did I do? What did I do that was effed up or that made him feel a certain type of way that he didn't want to see me again? It's no ownership. It's the no accountability, no ownership status. Now, guys, be warned. There is no one more insecure than a woman who tells you she's not insecure.
So true.
Okay. I am the first to admit that I have insecurities. I am insecure about many a thing. That's real. Beware of women who don't admit that. The women who say, I am not insecure, I am the most confident woman out there, those are the ones that have a list of insecurities a mile long. Those are also the ones that won't own up to those insecurities. Those are also the ones that are going to be in your face. I'm a 10. I'm the shit, because they're trying to compensate all the time for those insecurities. Bottom line is we're all human and we all have insecurities. And if you can't acknowledge and admit that, you're a liar. So right off the bat, she's defensive, right? She's defensive about this character flaw she has of this arrogance that everyone can see. And like everyone with eyes and ears watching these videos can see that she's beyond arrogant, right? Okay. Now, there is a difference also between liking yourself, which you should, right? You should like yourself. You should appreciate yourself. Self-love, like all that stuff. Great. You know, you don't want to be self-hating. You don't want to be someone who harbors negative emotions about yourself, right? But you also want to be self-reflective and you want to be able to acknowledge things that you do wrong. And that's the whole thing that guides you to be able to apologize, which is why so many of these women don't apologize, because there's no self-awareness. There's no ownership of the things they do wrong. So it's not the same thing like to like yourself and to be completely delusional about yourself and excuse all of your misdemeanors and all of your bad behavior and then point the finger at someone else and blame them. So
that's what women seem to think, that because you're confident, you get to be a horrible person.
So maybe, honey, just like look at yourself, really. I mean, just look at yourself. And we all have moments like this, right? Where we, for whatever reason, there are times in our lives where we don't want to face up that we did something to make point A go to point B, and point B is the thing we don't like, right? It's so easy to just say it's your fault. It's so easy for her to point at the guy and say, well, it's his fault. He doesn't know I'm worth X, Y, and Z. He doesn't want to go out with me because it's a flaw in his system, without acknowledging what she actually brought to the table, which was maybe like something sour. You know, I'm just saying, right? That the videos just they're not all that appealing, right? It's not an energy you'd want to be around. So ladies, own your stuff.
Or even then, like they might even somewhat be willing to deal with you, and then maybe Google your name or find out you have a social media and a TikTok account, and then see you talk like that with just arrogance, pure arrogance. Yeah, that'll probably turn them off too.
Before we go to video number 3, I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. We're about to hit 100K. Oh yeah. Or maybe by the time this video airs,
she already hit 100K.
We're going to do something special soon.
Congrats to you.
I can't announce it yet. There's a couple of things actually, but they're still in the works. Just know it's coming, but I want to get to that 100K. So make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you hit like, make sure you comment, and make sure you let the algorithm know that we mean business. All right. Number 3. Let's do it.
Unfortunately, my body doesn't know the difference between being held at gunpoint and being asked, what are you looking for here? By a man. I got asked that today over text, and you would have thought that I had been sentenced to life in prison, the way that I was like freaking out. And I was like running around my workplace asking all my coworkers, I was like, what do I say? What do I say? I don't know what to say. And then the guy was like, why are you freaking out? Like, just answer the question.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. He's smart because he's asking me what my intentions are up front before we get involved. Personally, I like to just walk around and find out and then get hurt in the long run. And, you know, I've been asked so many times, what are we, by men who I want nothing to do with, that I'm so triggered. And I'm like, I will never ask someone their intentions. What are we? Because at the end of the day, I'm too scared to find out their answer as well. And I don't want to be asked that, so why would I ask someone else that? And my answer was, if you're my husband, yay! If we hang out and ghost each other, who cares? What? Who hurt me? Genuinely, who hurt me? I don't know.
No, I don't think anybody hurt you. You're just broken.
Anyways, I might be going on a date soon. Wouldn't that be so fun?
Is she on something? What the hell is going on? What the hell? I was like, what? I mean, it got worse and worse as it went on. So what's going on here? First of all, this is like a head case, right? Obviously, something's
a little
not,
bit.
You know, something's not right. Let's just say that. So she has such a problem with this question. Like, what are your intentions? Like, what are you in this for? And why? Because it's...
I think it's because women don't want to plan ahead. They just want to be able to be courted and have the man just lead everything, and they're just gonna be riding along the way.
It's like just a series of games. If someone has a problem when you ask that question, if you're like, hey, like, what you're trying to figure out, if you want to waste your time, like, am I just wasting my time? Do I want to spend my time on this? Is it worth it to me? Are we looking for the same thing? If you're not looking for a relationship and I am, this makes no sense. I mean, it's just really just honesty and authenticity is what some people are seeking, because they don't want to waste time.
True.
They just don't. They don't want to waste time. They don't want to waste money. They don't want to waste effort. They don't want their energy, like heartache, all that stuff that accompanies this game, like bullcrap that people are doing nowadays. So if you meet a girl, and usually it's the other way around, right? Usually it's the girls that, what are we? Right?
True.
Okay. Well, this guy happened to ask her. Maybe he was just like cutting to the chase and was like, I want to know if I'm wasting my time. So he asks her, you know, what are your intentions? Maybe he got some mixed signals. Who the hell knows? And she's panicking because she doesn't know how to be honest. You wouldn't panic if you were just going to tell him the truth in that moment and just say, you know, this is what I'm looking for. The reason she's panicking and asking everybody around the office, because she's like, what do I say that's like the right answer? What do I say that's like not going to be, you know, it just needs to be perfect. Like, it needs to be like what maybe he wants to hear, but not too much. It's a game. It's all bull. How about you just tell the truth, honey, and let the chips fall where they may, right? Because why would you want a game? And some of these women are just drama queens, and they thrive on this chaos and this drama and this. You see how she even says at one point that she likes kind of the heartache and the like, oh, you know, broken heart and like not knowing. But some of them really feed off of this crazy, and more women feed off crazy drama than guys. So guys, just know, if you're getting into something with somebody like this, it's so hard to just get a straight answer from second one. Like, it's not going to get easier. She's used to the game. She likes the game. She likes the drama. If you don't want to be caught up in that drama, don't do it. It's not going to serve you.
Walk away.
Saying, like, you see this, you're like, no can do, honey. Nope. Later. Right? Red flag video, just saying. Before, let's do it.
Give an ugly guy a chance one time, and then he gets cocky and thinks that he can do better than you. Oh, then starts treating you like shit. I'm sorry. I let you up into this league. Do you know how ugly you are?
Okay. All right. Do I have to say what everyone's thinking? How do I be nice? Sometimes it's just, you really can't. Is she a 10 to
She like a 4.
be talking about, oh, this ugly guy? And who knows what the guy looks like, right? She's not telling us. Sounds like she went out with a guy that she liked and got burned, right? Mm-hmm. Am I mistaken? Is that what get in the chat, by the way. I love to see you all in the chat. Get feisty. Get in the chat. Let me know. Does this sound like a woman who got burned? Because to me, that's what it sounds like. The insults. Beware of women also get rushed to insults, right? When they get burned, oh, he was ugly, he's a mama's boy, he's all the words, you know. Oh, he was such a misogynist. They come out. All the words that come out, you know. I just think it's so fascinating. And I'm not someone, listen, I don't, appearance is one component of a person, right? And if you have a great personality, or you have this many other things that make someone attractive, you can be very attracted to someone who's not particularly good looking, but they've got swagger, or if there's just many other things. However, she's talking about looks. She acts like she is Cinderella And everyone else, you know how like when the prince goes to the ball and there's like, the ugly stepsisters and he's like, all that, she acts like she is the prince, right? And she's just like, ooh. So just beware of the inflated ego, because obviously there's something going on that she thinks she's, I don't know what. Also beware of the inclination to name call, which is really just, and listen, maybe she got hurt. Maybe someone didn't text her back, and maybe this is just the outpouring. And also, can we just remind ourselves, again, we started with a video that talked about how, where we talked about how like just life unfolding in front of the camera is like the woman making her magnesium. This used to be a conversation between friends. A girl used to say she got burned. She would call her friend and have this conversation. Oh, give an ugly guy a chance, right? And she's venting. Now
True.
It's a video. Now it's like a public declaration, a need for the public to acknowledge her, a need for the public to weigh in, a need for her to get positive comments, a need for guys to say, oh, you're so cute, like, oh, you deserve better than him, want to pick me. There's just such a hungry need for all of these things when it used to just be a one-on-one conversation between girlfriends, maybe to heal a wound if some guy burned you, right? Now it's this public need. And it's leading to not only these inflated egos, but this like addiction that a lot of these women have now to like, they're chronicling every moment so that they get positive feedback, so that inflates the ego even more. It's a real sickness, to be honest with you. It's wild to see.
Well, I think it's, she thinks she's hot. And then the guy dealt with her, probably thought she was somewhat good looking. And then bombed her, and then realized this is a miserable person to deal with, backed off and went to go look for someone else that was probably within her looks, or even maybe looked a little bit better than her, but was nice. And then he left. And then now she feels a way about it. Women just think just because they're hot, men are going to stay with them. For one, you're not even hot, so just that premise alone, you already failed. But just because you're attractive doesn't mean people stay with you. People stay with you because of your personality and how well you treat them.
Really wild to be just like a tad older and watch what's unfolding here. And for those of you who are younger and watching the channel and feel like this stuff is making you crazy, just get off of it, honestly, because these social media outlets, some of them, where it's gotten so toxic, right? Just live your freaking day, honey. If you had a bad date, call somebody. Don't announce it to everyone so we all have to comment on you, and then you comment back and somebody says you're not so hot either, and you make a video about how hot you are. Oh, God. I mean, this is the world we're in now.
True.
It's gone mad. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. You know you want to. You know you have to. Woo. All right. Let's do number 5. Number 5 is, I saved the best for last. Let's just say that.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Not because I stand on what I said. The guy who has treated me the most like shit out of all the guys that I've dated was an ugly literally the ugliest man out of all of them. Treated me the worst. He looked like a rat. He was
it's cap and just pure lies, right? The ugliest guy treated you the worst? No, stop lying.
so ugly that when we were fucking, I had to close my eyes because I was scared that if I looked directly at him,
I turned to fucking stone.
Ugly. And
He
you want
still
to guess
hit.
who treated me the best out of all the boyfriends that I dated? The hot one with the big wiener. This is not a coincidence. Ugly men are trash.
Okay.
This is just trying to trash a man.
Okay. Another one. Now, what do you notice about her? Folks in the chat, let's see what you noticed about her. Nose ring, dead eyes, like no feminine energy left at all. Like it's been completely sucked out. Maybe from promiscuity, maybe from getting hurt and like building up this like this masculine wall, right? She sounds like a man, right? I mean, I know she's trying to be funny with like the voices and like the Halloween little whatever. I have a question for you, honey. If he was so ugly to you, why did you put up with him? First of all, you think you're the shit, right? So why did you date an ugly guy? Secondly, why you're saying the ugly guy treated you the worst, why did you put up with it? Because that's not the real story, right? The real story is that she didn't find him ugly. And if she was being honest with you, she would just say that. The real story is she didn't find him ugly. She found him attractive, which is why she was doing it to begin with, and then got burned, and now she's just throwing insults. This is the same woman that we saw, not the same woman, but the same type in number 4. And just beware of this too, this kind of like reflex Because what's bothersome to me about this now, are there guys out there? Sure. Are there guys that are going to burn women for no good reason? Sure. All of those things. But again, like, there's no ownership of like if you're bringing this energy to the table, and I can only assume that you were, because this is the energy that you're bringing to the video. If you're bringing this energy to the table, what about this is going to be attractive to a man? You're so hardened. That's number one. So own that. Like, look at your video and be like, what the hell am I, like, did I bring this to the date? Would I want to date me? Right? No. If I was a man, would I want to date me? Like,
well, if I was a woman, I wouldn't want to date me either. I'm a miserable guy to deal with.
and have an energy like this. So you got to own that.
I know this.
Also, you got to own your decisions of why, if this guy wasn't worth it, like if you're giving him time, maybe you got to do some self-work, right? Why you putting up with that? If you're, maybe there's some healing to do, honey. And also, again, this is the same kind of girl that like won't apologize, because if you can't own your own energy and how that might be a problem. I mean, she literally looks like she's about to spray mace in all of our faces through the video. No, I mean, she's borderline terrifying. And I think that's the goal. A lot of these women, and you're going to see in an upcoming show, we're going to do a clip also about a woman who's like, lose your feminine energy. Oh my God, I almost lost my voice just saying that. Lose your feminine energy. Wanting these women to harden. Wanting them to turn into like monsters. It's true. Anyone have an old grandma where when something like this happens, they're like, it's true. Or,
I said it again. The Alexander Grace's video just keeps coming up. But these women are just sabotaging each other. And that's the best way for them to be able to get mates, right? Is just to eliminate as much of the competition as possible. If so many women are just miserable to men don't want to deal with them. They'll want to deal with at least somewhat of a normal woman.
Or if you drop something, it's true. Whatever you're saying, it's true. They want them to the message is now hardened. Become masculinized as a woman. Don't trust men because that one guy burned you. And then get upset and agitated when guys don't want you because you're now, like, your femininity is dead. That is the message. So, and that message is not helpful to women. So what I'm saying is have some self-awareness. If a guy hurt you, even if a guy, listen, people are going to get hurt, right? And it's not always going to be your fault. But if somebody hurts you and you allow it and allow it and allow it and allow it, that's on you. You got to say, why did I stay? What was I doing? What the hell? Do I need to go like meditate my way? What am I doing with my life? And what bothers me is the lack of self-awareness, not the fact that you were hurt or that's part of life in some respects, the lack of self-awareness, lack of ownership. And also, what does it say about you as a person if you're dating someone that treats you like crap and you keep doing it? That's not about him. That's about you. Own it, honey. All right. That's it for today.
It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing that these women kind of out themselves as horrible people with these videos, but it also is a bad thing because these videos are so popular and so, widespread that so many people adopt these personalities and adopt how these videos are. So many more people nowadays are just so entitled, so think that they're the hottest 10 out of 10, think that they deserve everything. It's ridiculous. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time.